I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. You received the minutes via email of the previous meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those? If not, I'll take a motion to accept as emailed.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept the minutes of the previous meeting as emailed. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item is that you've read all of you have had a chance to look at the proof of publication and the affidavit for public notice of public meeting. Do I have a motion to make that a matter of record? Those a matter of record.
Second.
Motion been made and second to make the proof of publication, the affidavit of notice of public meeting, matter of record. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, we have one petition before us this evening, Jackie Cherokee, requesting change in zoning for property, vacant ground, located 710 Adams, Decatur, Indiana, 46733, Crabs Outlot 153, from I-1 Industrial to R2 Residential Multifamily. And I will let the applicant make a presentation.
Do they have the pictures? Yes. Everybody has them?
Yeah, we have.
Okay. The whole purpose of buying this land, number one, is an investment opportunity for my daughter. This is Abby Cherokee. If you guys have the pictures, this is what it's going to look like. This is one that's in the process of being built. We are going to build the exact same thing if it gets approved. So we're asking that that vacant lot be rezoned to residential. The residential zoning is consistent with properties in the surrounding areas. Residential zoning will assure continuity in the aesthetics of the neighborhood. What we plan to do with the lot is solely for our own personal use. No business would be conducted on this property. The change in zoning would also reduce our taxes, since the property is not being used as a commercial property. We shouldn't have to pay the higher commercial rate. We will be storing our personal belongings at this property. The proposed building will be a 40 by 60 for residents and attached garage. My father's 72 years old, and our plan is to bring him back to Decatur when his health starts to fail. We're planning ahead to meet his future needs. He won't move back yet. He thinks he can still stay out on the farm. I'll give him another couple years. This is an investment opportunity, as I said. My daughter, this is Abby again. She's a Questa Scholar that is currently a student at University of St. Francis. She's required to stay in Northeast Indiana for 5 years after graduation for substantial debt forgiveness. The purpose of this Questa Scholars program is to retain the talent in our area. Hopefully she will land right back in Decatur. She's currently living in Fort Wayne as she goes to school, and she also works full-time at Parkview right now. We are using this property solely as a personal investment for my father when he needs assistance with his health, and for my daughter to have Cherokee's future. There will be plenty of space left on this lot to split and build another residence when and if Abby decides to build here. I am looking at it as an incentive for Abby to call Decatur, Indiana her home again after graduation. And since we've prepared this, their lease is going to end in the summer. So they really want to come back to Decatur now. So
basically, I've been a part of this community ever since I was a kid, and my intention wasn't even to leave. It was just closer for me to move to Fort Wayne, less driving back and forth. But now I've ended up coming back to Decatur almost every weekend anyways. And basically, by living here, I would have the chance to still be an active member in our community. So I can still volunteer here like I have since I was in high school, and I can still interact and help build this community into what it needs to be and what it has the potential to be. And basically, I have every intention of living here after I graduate from college. So this property is just a benefit for me right now to be able to kind of get a head start and being back in Decatur.
Okay. Questions from the board members?
You're just putting up the pole barn building, not a house?
not a house.
It's a level.
It's going to have living quarters.
Okay.
This is a very...
I thought I understood it was going to be
a
both.
copy of this.
I don't think they're requesting that tonight.
No.
You're just requesting the property to be rezoned. Then you'll have to come back and get Kurt on putting the building up.
We just come for the building permit once approved.
Good.
Yes, our plan is start with the full building with residential space in it. And then in the future, if she would decide to, there's plenty of land left, we could split the lot and she could build her first home there.
She's gonna live there.
Yeah, there's actually 3 lots right there.
Are we rezoning all 3 lots? Is that what?
Yes, yes,
We're rezoning probably up to that utility easement,
yes,
which is in between the fire department and
that would be their lot.
their lot.
Yes,
Kurt, you said there's 3 lots, but this references Crab's House Lot 153. Was that subdivided then into 3 specific lots?
On the plot plan, it shows 3 lots, but the legal description shows an outlot.
Okay. Do you have, when you say the plot plan,
Our zoning map,
okay? Okay, see that.
that shows 2.
Yeah.
There's 2 lots total. There's a gas and, what is that?
What's the gap?
It says a gap, doesn't it?
Yeah. But they bought.
That gap is quit claim deeded to us.
okay.
So what they purchased goes all the way up to the easement, this side of the 12-foot alley.
Okay. Is this a survey that was done by someone, do you know?
Bluffton.
Yeah, this was the survey that we got from the auctioneers prior to purchase.
Okay. If you don't mind, do we have a copy of that anywhere? If we can get a copy of it, I may need that for the ordinance to rezone if the rezoning is approved. 'Cause I'm going to have to refer to the property that's being rezoned.
Here, you have this one.
One of the other pages might show that.
I think of it showing just 2 lots.
That's what they're talking about.
They've got, they're building on 1 lot, so it's actually...
Or something right there. This is 7
Yeah, this is illegal, so is this...
Yeah, I've looked at it 3 times
It's
today.
not showing
1, 2,
3.
that has the picture.
Like an alley, suppose.
I would assume the picture
Goes
is
down.
page 2.
Yeah, sheet
Yeah,
2
sheet 2 and 2.
They have a different...
Let's see that,
Here.
Oh, okay, okay.
what the survey, do you have a copy of the quitclaim deed that you were talking about as well? Because the survey is describing this parcel and that parcel. So the quitclaim deed should, if you got a quitclaim deed for what's the gap, then I need the legal description of all 3 of those parcels. Okay, is that a copy, or can we get a copy made?
Yeah, you'll need a copy of that. I think this might be a second page to that. Possibly.
Because what it is this was an outlot, which means it's a big tract that wasn't platted into normal lot sizes. And so over time, that got divided up by a meets and bounds description, was never platted as a subdivision where lots within the subdivision were identified. So it's a little different, so I just need to, assuming that the Plan Commission recommends to council to rezone it, if that's a recommendation and council agrees to do it, then I have to prepare an ordinance that the council adopts. And in that, I have to describe the property that's being rezoned. So I need the legal descriptions for all of the tracts. That's why I'm asking for it.
Okay, any other questions from the board right now?
Well,
Okay, is there anyone here that wishes to speak in opposition? And anyone who wishes to speak in favor of additional? Okay, any further questions from the board members?
No.
Then I guess the next thing is, what's your desire? So you said your lease is up, do you plan to move as soon as your lease is up? Do you plan to move in there, or?
I plan to move as soon as the lease is up and as soon as the building's
It's
built.
ready.
Yeah. Really, it's the only way that I can kind of afford to even move back to Decatur, because I can't really, I can't move back to their house, and I can't afford to buy a house right now in Decatur, so, this,
The object is to save money.
yeah,
Well, I just, you may get in there before Grandpa's ready, is that?
Oh, yeah. And as soon as I graduate and I'm working full-time, I'll be saving up, and if he needs it, then I'll look at starting to build on the land as she's created. So really the object is for me to be able to save so that I can afford to build later to be able to stay in Decatur.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to take the land from 1/1 industrial to R2 residential multifamily.
Okay, is there a second to the motion?
I second.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Guess you're ready.
Thank you.
Okay, just so you understand the process, what we'll do is, after this meeting, I'll probably have to go back to the office and I'll prepare something that Barb signs as chairperson to present to the council that indicates that the Plan Commission has made a recommendation to rezone the property, and then council will then have to approve an ordinance that actually rezones it. Council is the one that rezones the property. So the first step is you have to come to the Plan Commission, they review it and make a recommendation. I can't imagine, I can't speak for council, but I can't imagine that they would not accept the recommendation of the Plan Commission. Once that's done, then once you have your plans fully developed, you'll need to get those to Kurt, and then you'll come back to the Plan Commission for a site review. No, on a residential you don't, never mind. You just go to, Kurt reviews it, then he issues the building permit. Yeah,
It's when we build.
yeah, so.
Then I can move back.
But what, can I get my building permit? I still would take, can I get my building permit?
I'll call you after council.
When is that?
Tonight,
Tonight.
right?
Council meets
Council
tonight.
meets tonight. I'm not saying that they're going to act tonight. I've got to get the ordinance drafted, so,
Depends on what's on their agenda.
yeah. It could be the October meeting, the first October meeting, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is the 3rd or 4th of October, I think, whatever, first Tuesday in October.
I would say you'd have no problem starting to plan.
So I can have them order our material?
I think you can plan.
If tonight what I'll do is I'll inquire with the council members if they have any objection to me preparing an ordinance to present for approval at the next meeting, and if I hear no objection, that's pretty good indication that it's probably going to get approved, so, okay.
Call you in the morning.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you. Okay, any old business? Anything else we need to discuss, Kurt?
No, actually, we're good. We don't have anything else that's come in.
What about the parking lot at Schaefer? Are they moving along with that, or?
They're still working on the drawing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they have to submit it, and then I'll probably re-advertise the meeting since it's been such a lapse of time.
Yeah. I also got a call from Mike Blee. They just now selected their investment group, so that may push back their closing a little bit. So he indicated that they may want to get an extension of the option to purchase the Schaefer building in order to develop it, because it's going to take a little longer for them to get to that point. He says everything's still moving forward. It's just it took a little longer, I guess. So
Is that going to hold up the parking lot development?
it will. They probably won't start as soon, but I don't think they were planning on doing much other than maybe filling it in. But they want that to settle pretty well before they really do anything.
So they might fill it in where
They might fill in more so than what it is now, but they want that to settle pretty well before they actually do any improvements.
Puddle there now.
Yeah, probably so.
I see Wendy's is moving along quite well, or seems to be.
Actually, they're behind schedule.
Are they?
Yeah, about 2 weeks behind schedule.
What about Casey's?
Casey's, their permit's gonna go out
in the next
in the next week.
How come the sign's still there for sale? I thought maybe it fell through.
I don't know. There is some type of contract that they're under, and I know they've been pushing for us to get a permit. Initially, I was going to make them come before the Plan Commission again, or Plan Commission, because when they initially came in, all they brought was a plot plan. They had nothing on the building. But as we started discussing it, I talked to a few of the department heads, and as long as we got the prints in here and they could give us a week or so to at least digest the prints, if nobody had any questions, then we would move forward. And I told them the way things are looking, in next week we should have the permit ready to go. This contract that they're under, I fully don't understand it, but it's up in October, and they're really pushing hard. So, North Adams Community Schools, however, we are going to make them come before the Plan Commission again when they have their building prints done, ready to go. So, well, yeah, FYI, Woodcrest, we received plan release for Woodcrest for renovations out there as well. Just basically remodel.
Thought they was building a building for the people over across the street in the assisted living.
They will.
They will eventually, but for what they're doing now, they're shutting it off one wing at a time and completely renovating what they have for now. And once that's completed, then they're going to add another building.
nice investment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're using what they had for extended care for a while to put those people in temporarily till they get it done. That's what I had heard, so. Okay. Any new business that we need to know is coming forth?
Basically, that's what's on the agenda coming. Nothing really new.
Okay, so no meeting scheduled at this point then. Okay.
Ma'am.
Anyone have anything else to be brought before the board this evening? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion to name second to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.